Yo, what it do? What it do, everybody? What's going on? Y'all already know what it is, man. It's your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the 11:30 podcast. Talk pro wrestling. What's goody? What's going on? I apologize for the wait, everybody, man. I told everybody we was going live about 7:30, but of course, man, I had to go run and meet mom-in-law real fast though. But yo, man, we live here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok live. If you're new to the show and if you haven't done so already, I don't know what you're waiting for, man. Definitely hit the like button down below. Follow, share, subscribe, man. Definitely subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss an episode. All right, man. Now that's out the way. You guys see the title, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Yo, we gonna be talking wrestling, man. Some good old wrestle talk here on this week's, man. We ain't watching Raw or SmackDown tonight. It's Thursday though, but yo, I'm not alone, man. I'm not alone. Everybody definitely join the live chat. We're gonna have some fun, man. I got my bro, man, from another mother, man. Yo, my guy, the host of the Beeline ENT, he's joining me here. I'm about to bring on my guy for real, man. It's been a minute. Brian B, what's going on with you, my guy?
What's good? What's good?
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully y'all hear me okay.
Yeah.
Everything's
He's
straight.
good.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's been a little while, Dre. I was sitting there thinking that the other day. Um, just been running around, getting stuff situated. Whether it's not watching wrestling, you got 17 pay-per-views on in one weekend. You got other shit going on too in life. We can't just watch wrestling, y'all. But we
Man,
do.
what?
But we do.
Yes. Hey, you know what? Just because you said that, man, I want to share something too because you just talked about what like so much wrestling was on this past weekend, whether it was NXT, Ring of Honor, AEW, whatever. It was a bunch of stuff, man. But prior to that, man, because before we get into all the wrestle talk and evolution and all that stuff, man, what was it like Thursday night, because life is all obviously always happening, man. Life don't
Oh yeah.
stop, man. So little man got under the weather. He got sick, and it was what I think it was 4th of July. And I was just I noticing something like, man, my man look like he under the weather, like eyes look a little low, like, yeah, but okay, maybe it's common cold, kind of always, sort of is, So, we, waited it out, gave him a little Tylenol or whatever, try to help him, with, the congestion, because he definitely sounded like he had, we was congested and everything.
Yeah.
So, took him to the doctors, to the clinic on Tuesday, and, they did a little examination and everything like that, and was like, okay, yeah, he good, don't see no signs for, pneumonia or anything like that, or, he good, and, just as long as he's eating and everything like that, because, if because he had a fever also, so, he definitely
Yeah.
wasn't eating. So fast forward to Thursday, last Thursday, and yeah, man, I was just like, I'm not liking this. I'm not liking how my man looking. My man is like, yeah, he the first one out the bed, all that. Like, it just was totally different. So went to the hospital, got admitted to the hospital and everything. Found out he did have pneumonia and he had an
Mm.
ear infection and everything like that. And man, just I was saying this to the fiance, and I was just like, yo, man, yeah, being a parent, man, it's different phases to this shit, like,
Yep.
it's different phases, especially when the face, because it was really getting me a really emotional, because the way he was looking, and he was like, man, I was just sitting there watching TV, he kept glancing over at me and was like, like, man, help me, man, I don't feel well and shit like that. So, trying to, it made me feel helpless as a dad, as a father and stuff like that. Didn't know, exactly what to do and stuff like that. But yeah, man, last week, just, being in the hospital with him, and, he got better once I turned SmackDown on with him, and we was in that joint watching SmackDown, and he was good, came home the next day. But yeah, man, life definitely be lifing, man. So yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely wanted to share that.
That's definitely something that I think as a parent, um, things like that happen. Unfortunately, like that's one of the scary parts, and just one of the things you have to deal with. When you're raising your child, they're gonna get sick. Shit is gonna go down. Fortunately for you, you're in a situation where you don't have to worry about taking them to like the daycares and shit that really will have them coming home every day and getting y'all sick and everything too.
Yeah.
But you said something in that when you said you felt helpless and you felt like you couldn't do anything or you didn't know what to do. But here's the thing, bro, you did know what to do. That's the thing.
Mm.
It's crazy you started fucking wrestle talk with this conversation right now because
Yeah, because I was like, yo, my weekend was crazy, and I
yeah,
just was like, man, I had to vent in the way, man. But
yeah, no, I
yeah,
feel you. But I'm saying it's crazy because me and my wife, like for some reason, we've been on this kick, man, where we've been watching these TikToks like with the police videos and shit, and we watch like so many cases of these moms or these, I'll say these parents, just to be fair, that leave their kids locked in the fucking car while
mm,
it's 97 degrees outside and the kids is over
yeah,
here suffering. I had got in my car the other day and I was gonna take my kids out. We went to go watch Superman and stuff.
okay,
And I got in the car, it was hot as shit. And as soon as I got in the car, I was like, damn. And I told them, I was like, yo, wait, y'all. I was like, I'm gonna warm the car up or whatever and get the air on, and then y'all can get in. And while I was in there, I just had that thought, like, damn, there's kids that, these parents, they don't know. Like, you get in this car, you feel like I'm feeling right now, and you say, okay, my kids are here. I'm gonna go into the supermarket and I'm gonna go shop for fucking 2 hours and leave
mm,
all the windows rolled up and let my kid fucking die of heat exhaustion in the back of my car while I'm shopping or going to the gym. That was one of the craziest ones I fucking saw. Lady went
yeah.
into the gym. There's parents out here that don't have that fucking sense, bro.
I
And
was,
you went to the doctor and you got an evaluation and they said no, it doesn't look like it, but you said nah, fuck that. Something's
yeah,
wrong and somebody gonna tell me. So you weren't helpless. You did
mm,
exactly what any other fucking parent would do. It's
yeah,
just it's just that weird vulnerable feeling. No one likes to see somebody they care about in pain or suffering or in a bad situation. And that's just what it really was for you. You didn't do anything wrong. You did everything absolutely right. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Hey,
it's
you
just a
right,
part
you
of it,
right.
man. It's a
Yeah,
part of
you
it.
right. Yeah. I got that little pep talk right after that, man. It was like, man, it's completely normal how you feel, but you ain't do nothing wrong. And I was just having that conversation too, man. I was just like, bro, it's like 110 degrees here in DC, bro, and
I'm
motherfuckers
telling you,
leaving their kids in the cars, man, just talking about, oh yeah, I forgot or whatever. Yeah, okay,
that
yeah,
shit is
whatever.
crazy.
Yeah, crazy shit, man, crazy. But yeah, weird way to start Russell talk. But yeah, man, I had to let that off, man. Sort of like a beyond 11:30 little chat for a minute.
That is.
But hey, that's what's up, man. My guy Brad B, we back at it. All right, you guys, man. Like I said, been a whole lot of wrestling going on this past weekend. We had NXT, AEW All In, Saturday night's main event, as well as Evolution, and of course
Oh
Raw
yeah.
and SmackDown, all those big events though. But we're gonna jump right into one of the first topics, man. I want to chat about too, because man, I see you, man. I see you having fun in the ball because you down in Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I went to Evolution and yo, to be real, it was mad spontaneous. Like I was supposed to work that day and
Mm,
one of my co-hosts from Straight Through the Ropes Wrestle Talk came on and she was in Atlanta. So we both went. And
yeah.
that was like my first time getting ready to meet her. Things didn't work out as much as we wanted to. We were sitting in two different places, but so when I found out she was down, I was like, man, listen, bro, F this job. I'm about to go see wrestling. And I put my shit on and I went and saw it. Yo, I'm trying to make it more of a casual thing. Like every time they're in Atlanta, I want to
Yeah.
try to go. I want to try to go and I want to try to mingle. I want to try to, you know what I'm saying? Like to get my thing. I got an outfit now that I'm wearing every time I go. And I'm going to do that shit every time I go and try to build my name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how
That's
a lot of
smart.
people, yeah,
No, that's
they
smart.
get
That's smart as
noticed.
hell. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, that's what's up. Yeah, man. I was seeing the videos and everything, man, and seeing was going to Evolution. And Evolution, man, definitely in my opinion, man, stole the weekend. Prior to Evolution, coming on, I had my eyes really, on AEW All In. It was some
All in.
things that I was interested in, and we'll chat about that a little bit though. But first and foremost, we gonna get into it. We damn near halfway through the year, and we seen pay-per-views after pay-per-views, Royal Rumble, Backlash, WrestleMania, and everything like that. This past Sunday, Evolution 2, been what, 7 years since the first one though. Do you feel like this was the best pay-per-view of the year so far, man? And I raised that question because the women. I always say, man, whether it was the Royal Rumble match, whether it was an Elimination Chamber match, Money in the Bank, the women matches seems to always steal the show, steal the card.
Yep.
Like it'll be like the
Oh,
women's
good.
Royal Rumble match was better than the men's Royal Rumble match or whatever. Like the Rumble was cool, Elimination Chamber was nice, and I think if we had follow up from the heel turn and the Rock and etc., I think that would have been even better. 2 night WrestleMania, Backlash, Night of Champions, or whatever, and then you had Evolution. Like I feel as though yeah, I know some people were saying, hey, it was all women, man. Oh, so you just gonna give the credit to the women just because they women? I mean, nah, man. Like literally, I feel like they came out and really stole the show from top to bottom. But yeah, I posed the question to everybody, man, and also you, Brian, man, how you feel about Evolution, and do you feel like it was one of the best PLEs of the year?
I definitely thought it was really good. It was definitely really really good. I enjoyed it. Every match was pretty good. There wasn't really anything boring about it. If I had to put a match on the card that was probably the worst of the night, it would be the Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton. Um,
Mm,
I don't. But even with that being said, like, it was fun seeing Trish get in the ring again or whatever. But it's like, I think that what they did with Evolution, I think another reason, and I'm starting to notice a trend with this, Evolution got downplayed a lot
mm-hmm.
before like going into the pay per view. So already expectations were low, I think. So the
Yep.
fact that it was way better than expected is now way higher on everybody's radar. Like, oh man, this was amazing. And was it really good? Yeah, it was definitely really good. It was a lot of, I mean, Rhea and Io was fucking phenomenal.
Mm,
It took time to build into it. To be honest with you, Naomi and Jade was good. It wasn't crazy good, bro. I'm not gonna
yeah.
lie. Bianca, I thought, I just fucking knew this girl was gonna flip. Still did. I don't even know why she was there. I'll be dead ass real with you. I don't even. Honestly, bro, think
Yeah.
about it. Wasn't it like when you saw that she was gonna be included in that match? The first fucking thing I said was like, "Oh, they trying to make us interested in that story angle again." Then
Hmm.
she was there. She didn't do shit.
Yeah,
Like
she didn't. She
literally.
just she just played the referee, and of course WWE did, wind up flipping, it on everybody because me personally, I was like, okay, I already figured that Jade would go over on Naomi. Jade would keep the momentum going into SummerSlam. She won the King of the Ring, and Naomi got the contract. So I figured that she would cash in on the Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus match because besides everything else, that was the match that was like, like you knew like Trish was just there, just
Yeah. Just
just
like
the
Goldberg. Same
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, exactly. So it was a little bit weird though, but yeah, everybody expectations was low going into it. I think more of WWE really talked about and promoted more of the Goldberg Saturday night's main event match more than they did really with the Evolution. And I think with the Becky, the Lyra, Bailey
Really.
match, man, it was just off the chain though. I just feel like ever since that Becky had became Intercontinental Champion and Lyra Valkyria has sort of been, well, in Bailey's words, became Becky Lynch's bitch. It brought out a little different side of Lyra Valkyria, which I'm definitely liking. The NXT joint I thought was nice. I think we all figured that
Kacy Kane and
y-
yeah, Blake Monroe.
yeah, Blake Monroe will turn on Jordan Grace, and
Yeah, I
I mean,
called that shit in the fucking audience. Everybody was like, you said it." I was like, "Yeah, I know shit." Like you knew she was gonna flip.
yeah, I
She's
mean
not a
everything.
baby face, man.
No, she's not. She's
Yeah,
not at
Rhea.
all. Yeah, I figured that with the little promos that she was trying to like big her up or whatever like that, trying to get her on her side and eventually cost her the match, and she sort of take it though. But I mean, the reason why I would put I wouldn't say it's the best pay per view of the year. We all sit around and us wrestling fans, who enjoy WWE, we all sit around and wait for that big night of the year, which is WrestleMania. So WrestleMania is the big though. Whether it's good or not though, that's just what it is though. But I feel like Evolution is definitely up there because Night of Champions wasn't great. The fact that only two championships was on the line, which just
Yeah.
didn't make no sense at all. Money in the Bank, that was cool. I mean, certain shit happened in Money in the Bank, but I mean, like, hey, but
Yeah,
I
they
would.
have. Let's be honest. WWE hasn't had a great, really successful year as far as just like. I mean, this is all opinion based, but honestly, it hasn't been anything spectacular happening, bro. There's been
Mm,
no. I mean, we say a lot. At least when I talk, I say a lot that there's not a lot of storylines.
mm,
That's not really all true. There are storylines, but the storylines, even fucking Becky Bailey and Lyra, it's doing its thing, but they're just continuous, man. These motherfucking stories don't end. And it's
mm,
like it's not like they continue into like another realm. And so it's like, oh, whoa, it's another layer. Like, nah, it's just like flatline. It's like, okay, they're gonna fight this time. Oh, she lost. Oh, they're gonna fight this time. Oh, he lost. Or it's like there's no elevation to these stories, so they can just reach a climax. And I think that's where it's stagnated, bro. Because if you look at almost every single story in WWE right now, we were just talking about this shit in SummerSlam. Everything is almost a transition to what's already going on. You got another triple threat with fucking Bianca and not Bianca, Rhea and Io involved.
mm,
You got
mm,
another singles match with Gunther where he's just facing somebody. You got another fucking you know what I'm saying, another match even with Cody Rhodes, a rematch from WrestleMania. It's like there's not much that's different. Jelly Roll and Randy Orton, and it's like what the fuck is going? There's not much that's different. It's and
what
Dre,
about the?
let's be
Well, go
real.
ahead. Uh huh.
I'm just saying, like to really speak on it, it all seems like it's boiling down because it seems like WWE now more than ever is trying, like you said about the Goldberg match and just even paying attention to Evolution. They're trying to just worry about profit margins, putting Slim Jim fucking logos on the table instead of really creating actual product, bro. I've been saying it. There's a lot of people that are saying it. It just doesn't seem like they have love for the product. It seems like they're just trying to invest. And I know that shit sounds crazy, but you can see it in the caliber of the production that they're putting forward, yo. There's not a lot of effort going into this shit right now. I don't give a fuck when nobody says like these stories are lackluster as fuck. The reason why a lot of this stuff is getting over, I feel, is because there's a lot of good talent. There's a lot
Mm,
of good talent, but the stories are fucking boring, man.
mm. Okay, okay. Hey, look here. Hey, I will say on one point, definitely with the Slim Jim tables and everything like that. And I think WWE, especially them reaching Netflix and reaching a certain point to where it's like shit. I remember where it was just fucking Cricket Wireless, who was
Yep.
like the only sponsor that WWE had for a
One eight
while.
hundred collect. Remember that shit? I don't think you back. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Remember that?
man.
The Stacker
So,
2. Remember that shit? Chef
yes,
Boyardee.
yeah, and then I was hearing like they were supposed to put like advertisements on their gears or some shit like that. So, I
Bro.
understand it. Can it get annoying? Very annoying. Like, the Money in the Bank briefcase was up there and had Cash App on it. I was like, what the
Yeah,
fuck,
it's
right?
real.
Okay,
Look,
but
that shit is crazy.
I do understand it. It to me, it really doesn't, bother me, as much though. I think one thing that probably does bother me though is when every time they fucking pull out a table, it is a Slim Jim logo on it though. But hey, I
Right.
mean, if they gonna pull it out and be a Slim Jim table, like. I don't know. I don't know. Just do some bullshit else besides just he just went through a Slim Jim table. Like it made any difference if the logo was on there or not though. Like
Yeah. But
so.
that's the part that I'm talking about though, because if you think about it like this, bro. I mean, people getting money. That's awesome. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. That's awesome.
Mhm.
But we've reached a stage where it seems like, and I mean, if you've been watching this shit for a long time, especially, I'm talking specifically WWE right now, you know when you get that corporate sellout feeling when it's like you got that motherfucker that maybe he's been a basketball player, one of the best basketball players on the planet, and then that one corporation buys him. Now they can
Mm.
control him, and you see the narrative, you see his perspective change, you see things that he does change. Don't do that. We can't do that. We don't own that move. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it feels like WWE is right now. It feels like because they do have all the sponsors and they're worried about, hey, where can we put a Cash App sign? You know, put it on top of the fucking the Money in the Bank briefcase. Oh yeah, let's do that. It seems like there's more focus in where they could put a fucking Slim Jim ad and a Cash App ad on the mat or around the ring than there is than about the actual development of characters and story and pay-per-views.
Now I
How many
get
pay-per-views can we get the fuck out? 40. Who do we gotta run it?
it.
Get old ass Goldberg. Get somebody we know is gonna pack a seat because we got a fucking pay. We got a 2-night Sunday fucking event. What are we gonna do? We're gonna put Jelly Roll with Randy Orton and Logan Paul with fucking what's his name? I don't even fucking remember who it
Drew
is.
McIntyre. Drew
Drew
McIntyre.
McIntyre. Drew Mac,
Yeah.
super random. And then we're gonna put him on Jimmy Kimmel. That's what we're gonna do to sell. They're
Yeah.
looking outside to sell wrestling, but wrestling sells itself because we're fucking fans of the product, bro. I mean, it's a weird chemistry that they have right now going on in WWE, bro.
Yeah. Like I said, also too, seeing all of that stuff from my perspective of it, I just see, okay, the business obviously with WWE and TKO, obviously is growing, sort of, business wise rate that it probably has ever before. And, we all know that it's the performance side, the shit we see on TV that we love, the entertainment shit. And then we know it's some business shit, like when shit start picking up, when business start picking up, a lot of stuff start changes, and it was like, I don't quite like that though. Yeah, they on Netflix though, but damn, do I need to see a Slim Jim, don't every, but hey, I get it, and then
Maybelline on the fucking
yeah, Maybelline, yeah.
maybe it's
I mean, but
Maybelline.
that fit well with the whole women's commercial. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, like, the whole makeup, whatever the shit is, though. But I mean, yeah, I do feel like at certain times, a lot of the stories are a continuation, are running on. But also, I feel like, yeah, I feel like we should have definitely had the Finn Balor and Dirty Dom match, with the Intercontinental title, which Dirty Dom ain't really ain't doing
Year
much.
long story that they haven't done shit with.
Exactly.
Teasing like it's going somewhere. We know damn it ain't going nowhere. I mean, at this point, they just trying to keep it there. So if they want to do something, they can. It feels like, but that story, I'm not even. I don't even fucking. I don't know, bro. I'm like, it's not that I hate the product, bro. It's just I'm just being honest, man. Like we said, we've been talking about this shit for years, yo. Together, and it's like for the first time we've had complaints, we've had problems, whether it be me talking shit about Cody Rhodes and this and that or whatever. For the very first time, bro, besides us just bitching about Vince McMahon, it just doesn't seem like the love is there for the product anymore with WWE. It just feels really different, bro. I personally really hope that after this year specifically, and we get past all of this John Cena shit and the engagement with all these Hall of Famers and old timers and stuff like that, I really hope that we really start seeing development next year, man. Because if we don't, you have to think about it. The people that's trying to hold this bitch down, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, like the people that's trying to hold this shit down, what the fuck are we gonna do come January? They got lucky that the Yeet shit with Jey Uso got over as much as it did, because there's not really a lot of star players right now, bro. Rhea Ripley, Jey Uso, kinda Cody Rhodes. There's
Kind
not
of
a
Cody
lot of
Rhodes.
kinda Cody, bro. Because think about it. Since Cody lost the belt, you haven't been seeing him as engaged as you used to. He hasn't been there some nights. He's coming out at the end of PLEs to talk. He came out at the end of Saturday Night Main Event off air. He's
Mhm.
not he's not like the poster boy right now. So it's
Yeah,
like it's weird, bro.
Yeah, it is a little weird. Before we jump in to the next one though, but I will say, I think you probably feeling the whole TKO vibes more than you feeling the WWE vibes. Am
Yeah,
I
a
right?
lot. A
Are you
lot. Yeah, I
right?
feel like
Okay.
TKO,
Good.
as a UFC fan, I definitely see the difference between UFC is you get in the ring and you throw punches until you knock somebody the fuck out. And at the end, that's what it is. But WWE can't be dealt with the same way because it's not the same motherfucking sport. It's a different. You have to have story that's engaging to build to a climax because nobody, and I'm not no disrespect to WWE, but none of it is real people fighting to the death. UFC is people fighting to the fucking death. Knock your ass out cold, then you win. But WWE has to be a calculated, drawn out, very anticipated story that has to be so engaging when you're watching it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not the same beast. And I
Mm,
think that it's easy to market UFC and just let the fighters go in there and wreak havoc. But WWE has to be more calculated. And it's
yeah.
just, I'm speaking some true shit, right? I'm telling y'all right
Nah,
now.
I ain't, cause I see, hey, I see my man. That's why I asked him, come on, man. Hey, we ain't talking a minute, and I see the video. I be like, yo, man, this shit ain't. What the fuck are they doing? I be
No.
like, I said, oh, I gotta have my man on though. But
Yeah.
we gonna get into AEW All In. The woman stole the show. Evolution was really good.
Yeah.
Triple
It
H
was
low
really good.
key.
No hate on it.
Yeah, yeah. Also, CM Punk, Gunther are probably going to carry some. It's certain
Carry
things.
SummerSlam, CM Punk and Gunther. Come on.
You know,
It don't make
I
good
mean,
match.
that's
Oh,
the
we ain't gonna carry SummerSlam.
probably night one.
Yeah.
If anything, more than likely night.
You think CM Punk and Gunther are gonna you think everybody's gonna be like, oh, I can't wait to see CM Punk versus sorry, Gunther
No,
don't fill seats like that. And CM Punk, yeah, he gets chance, but as far as
nah,
like
Gunther. Yeah, Gunther not the person that necessarily fills seats. Gunther is, I don't know, like I'm not necessarily comparing them in a way, but Gunther it would, I if I would to compare Gunther, it remind me of like a Iron Sheik in a way. And the only reason why I say Iron Sheik is Iron Sheik is obviously he's he was foreign and he was a real heel. He was a heel's heel. So people didn't come to see necessarily cheer for Iron Sheik. And I don't think no one's out there be like, you know what, I'm buying a ticket so I can go see Gunther tonight. No, you're probably gonna go there and see somebody try to whoop Gunther's ass because Gunther's always chopping the shit out of somebody.
yeah,
Probably one of your favorite superstars or some shit like that. So CM Punk, by the way, but like yeah, Gunther to me isn't one of those guys that was like yeah, like I can't wait to see Gunther. But yeah, is his matches incredible? Like I mean, like yeah, I think he make his opponents look phenomenal. Especially in a certain way. But
it's hit
yeah.
or miss. It's hit or miss. Gunther does his thing, and he's one of the top heels that they do have right now. But like you said, Dre, that was a good comparison because it, Gunther's not going to get over by himself. No, no, Gunther's not a heel character on the same likes of entertaining
Yes.
like a Triple H was or
Yes.
like a Ric
Yes.
Flair. Like you know what I'm saying? These guys don't even got to be super phenomenal in the ring. They just got to have that character where you want to see them get. Even you, I'll be honest with you. Even Logan Paul. Like when
Mm.
Logan's in a match, you want to see him get his ass kicked because he talks a lot of shit. He's engaging, and it's like you want to see him get his ass kicked, but you know, it's really hard right now, bro. I'm not trying to throw mad shade, but I'm
Hey,
just being honest. Like even with
di-
Solo and them, it's just
yeah,
there's not
different.
many motherfuckers that's carrying this company right now, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I look at it, different strokes for different, different folks or whatever. And then, a lot of folks, like, man, yo, this shit is like real weird. And then I can be honest and it's like, yeah, some shit is real weird though. But at the same token, like, I feel as though, Naomi, we was talking about evolution,
Love that shit.
her coming away, which we thought she was gonna cash on Tiffy. cashed in on an EO because I didn't want Rhea Ripley to win. I was gonna be like, oh, we back with this Rhea Ripley Joan again as women's champion. And EO, I'm not gonna say would been any better because EO haven't defended the title since what WrestleMania or some shit like that. So I think
what Tiffany either. Tiffany ain't been defending that belt. Neither one of them been defending. No.
Tiffany. I feel like Tiffany been defending it way more. It's been mainly on SmackDown. It ain't even been at PLEs.
She had that last man standing match with Nia Jax, and then she had the match with Trish. I don't know if there was another one.
I think it was
like 6 months, and they ain't doing shit. Not 6 months. It's been like maybe 4 months. They're not really doing too much with the titles outside because here we go, Dre. Because Rhea Ripley comes out there, and you wonder why this girl has a fucking title match every single time when she loses. But it's because the crowd loses their shit. Rhea Ripley is probably the hottest thing in fucking WWE right now.
Yeah, and that's
why she continuously has match after match after match, bro. She takes the contract, signs that motherfucker. She on some Stone Cold shit. But she kind of deserves it because her caliber is high.
Yeah, but I mean, can you be mad at that she's coming out there and that she's getting like these insanely reactions, but not everyone wants to see her in that position, Right. So I love Rhea. Rhea Ripley is awesome, but at the same token, I want to see her involved in something else that would bring more of her character out, that would show more of that instead of just being, mommy. Yeah, we know mommy always on top. We get that, but and we know what else Rhea can do besides win a world champion. At this point, she got to like turning into Charlotte, so so I would like her to, be involved into something, that would really focus more onto her character or her opponent's character, and making them better, be better than what they got into the feud when they, walk out and stuff like that. So Naomi winning it,
Just on that same topic, not to cut you off, but just on that same topic, remember when Rhea was doing shit before she got with Judgment Day? And she was with Nikki ASH. I said this shit a long ass time ago. She was with Nikki ASH. She was having matches with Charlotte. Rhea was fluttering around the women's division. She was random tagging with Liv Morgan. She wasn't really doing shit. Judgment Day made Rhea Ripley, and she added to it. I mean, they made each other basically because she definitely had a high status, and it gave her and Dom. That shit matched her.
Yeah.
When she left it, she took that fame with it. But it's like you just said, you can't see her do anything else right now away from a title. That was Charlotte's problem. Look at Charlotte now. Charlotte was getting booed out the fucking building when she won the Royal Rumble when she came back. But now they lowered her status a little bit. She's showing a little bit of life. She's talking on interviews. Tiffany embarrassed the shit out of her. And then now she's pairing with Alexa. She's got personality. She's engaging. She's relatable. And now, they was
exactly.
My fucking voice was going from wooing when she got in the ring.
Ain't that something, right? See, and, just something different would definitely, just something different in in your character instead of the same thing would definitely work though. But loving the fact that Naomi is doing her thing. She's bringing something different over to Monday Night Raw, and from it was like they picked up from Evolution what Monday Night Raw was kind of like all women besides the main event. So I mean the 2 out of 3 falls match was pretty. I mean, like the matches, is great. Yes, the stories, which I feel like this brings us back to a line that Triple H said, and Roman said it too, like, and now since they're on Netflix worldwide, internationally, and still just in the States on SmackDown and, with NXT, etc., they're focused on more of the long gaming, just dragging something, dragging it out and just, we get like how you said, we got this in the bag just in case we want to come back to it though, for example, for example, like I mentioned, the whole Dirty Dominic Mysterio Joan and Finn Balor. I was like waiting for that to actually implode into the Judgment Day's demise or whatever like that, because ain't nothing really been going on with it. It's just been sort of the same old stuff. Yeah, you added Roxanne in it, and yeah, that's cool and all, but you said something earlier about Rhea Ripley, them making, the Judgment Day. Everybody sort of been they came out better on the other end of the Judgment Day besides Finn Balor. And I feel
Yeah.
like this is what they doing with Finn Balor and trying to make him I don't know what, a bad guy in a way, because him in this whole Liv Morgan type shit or whatever. So I don't know.
I don't
But
think Finn Balor has. I'll be honest with you. I don't think Finn Balor has anything else he can fucking do. There's a handful of people that there's. I mean, it would have to be drastic changes, um, before you'd be like, okay, well, what else are we gonna see you do, bro? Like, there's a couple people that in there like that right now, and I don't know. Like you were just saying, I think a good comparison, if you think about it, WWE is in a position now where I think they know people are going to watch, bro. They
yeah,
know we're going to
yeah,
watch every week. I don't think they really. I'm not saying that they're not trying. I'm definitely not trying to say that. I'm just saying, like, I think that they know that they have their stance. They know that the fans are going to tune in no matter what. It's kind of like Walmart. You go to Walmart, them motherfuckers, they walk past your ass, curse you, spit on your floor. They know you still going to shop there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, there ain't no registers in this bitch open, but you never going to come back. Now you going to be back. So it's like,
Mhm.
I think that's also a part of it, man. It's just like they're top dog, and yeah, there's competition, but not competition along the realms of, hey, we're gonna knock you off and then take the number one spot. There's nobody even close. Like
Yeah.
AEW is probably the closest, and they're like still like. I'll be honest, like they're like number 15, and WWE is like all the numbers, up to one from there and shit. I'm not. That's nothing against AEW. It's just fucking reality. Like, be honest. Like, So I
Yeah.
don't know, man. There's a
I,
couple people that's just kind of struggling with their character and what they're doing. Finn
I
Balor is definitely one of them motherfuckers.
how
Like,
you feel about what they doing with the carrying cross?
a damn shame. A damn shame. That's somebody that literally the people who watch this shit for real are screaming for. They're saying, "Hey, we like what we're seeing from this guy, and we want to see more. Look, we're even buying in. They're purchasing his merch. He's got the fucking hottest merch, and the guy doesn't leave the back. That shit is
Yeah,
unheard of.
yeah,
So it's
yeah,
like
it's crazy.
that's fucking unheard of, bro. Not
Yeah,
no main events, barely in matches. He's on main
yeah,
event and shit,
yeah,
but his merch is in the top sales. Bro, if
mm,
that's not the people speaking, I don't know what the fuck is. And then they do nothing with them. Nah,
yeah,
I don't know. WWE
yeah.
got a problem, bro.
Yeah, I
They
feel
do.
like more I feel like they're gonna use him at SummerSlam, obviously against Sami Zayn, and they have this story or this matchup going on. Um, I didn't like what happened at Night of Champions. I feel like he got screwed out of the matchup because it's like any other body, let's just say Goldberg, when Goldberg got choked out by Gunther at Saturday Night's main event. The referee didn't raise his arm 3 times just to, oh well, we're gonna raise it one more time just to see if if his arm goes down. If it doesn't go down, he's still in the match. No, they did that shit with Karrion Kross, and Sami Zayn had his arm by 3. Why you couldn't drop it? Like do the just like everybody else, and Sammy,
They wanted to give
Karrion
him the
Kross.
underdog,
Yeah,
story feel, which because let's be real, right?
that's
Sami
all Sammy
Zayn
could do.
needs
Mm-hmm.
he needs the underdog.
Mm-hmm.
They could have
And then
easily.
plus where they were at too in Saudi Arabia too.
That's
I
yeah,
I knew it.
that
I
too.
Yeah, I knew that was going to be the case though.
Why
But
would you pick a guy like Karrion Cross, who obviously the people are really positively responding to? Why would you pick him to throw to the wolves? That's the question that you got to ask. I have a person that, wait a minute, these people are responding. Do we have something for this guy? Yeah, let's put him into a position where we're gonna basically make him lose, gain nothing fucking from it. There's nothing from the loss. He's not gaining exposure. He's gaining nothing. He's gaining basically. He's been talking shit to this guy in the back room for a while, and
kind
now
of
he's gonna take a pin.
I kind of disagree. I feel like he is gaining more than what he had before he even had the matchup with Sami Zayn.
Because people are pissed
Because
that he
the,
lost.
the, the only thing you're right. The only thing Karrion Kross really had before this whole thing was the interview after WrestleMania, and
That's
they
it.
did nothing with it.
Talking
And
shit.
the backstage shit, with AJ, and that fell flat. And
And
then he did
Miz
something
and
else. The Miz,
you've been doing
that
that
fell
shit with
flat.
everybody.
Exactly. Miz went over on SmackDown,
New
and
Day.
the New
Remember,
Day.
Dre, remember, this shit been going on for like a fucking year. He was doing that shit when the Wyatt Six first came back with the Miz. The Miz joined the little stupid crew. Then the crew got
Yeah, yeah.
fired, and he was doing it by himself. Bro,
Mm-hmm.
Cross has been doing this shit for a long time. Then they put him to Sammy. The fucking biggest ball dropped of 2025 in WWE was having Jey Uso have the fucking title
Oh
and not
boy.
introduce a heel Sami Zayn to go up.
That
That's a
that was
story,
horrible. I agree.
bro.
I
Come
totally
on.
agree. Cause I've been saying that shit for a while, man. When I think it was the Raw after WrestleMania, and Jay came out there, did his Yeet shit, and Sami Zayn was looking at him like he was about to
Yes.
attack him, and I was
Yes.
like, "Yo, what the fuck? Like that would have been
What the fuck?
amazing." And how did y'all drop the ball on that?
That would
And
have been SummerSlam right now. How the fuck is that not SummerSlam right now?
this was my I was like, come on, Cody Rhodes winning King of the Ring. Yeah, I could have done without it. I could have done Randy. I would have been like, all right, Sami Zayn, okay, cool, let him have it. Then I didn't need fucking Jey Uso just I didn't need Gunther just to have the world title so he can take on Goldberg in this last match. We could have
Tell you.
had Jey Uso take on Sammy, and that could have went well, but
Crazy story, bro.
I
All
don't
the way
know.
back from the bloodline. Crazy fucking story. Jay, it would have built Jay. It would have been bigger than Jay and Gunther. That shit would have. It could have introduced something with Solo in them. It could have introduced a lot, but they for nothing. It just dropped. It went back to Gunther for nothing. So, like you said, so we can fight Goldberg. And to be honest with you, be serious. If CM Punk doesn't win the fucking
What you
the
want?
title at what's it called, then he might as well just leave because he came back because he wants a title win. He got the main event at WrestleMania. I personally think he's going to beat Gunther at SummerSlam. I think this is going to be the opportunity for him to finally win it. And if Seth Rollins is faking, he's going to come in and cash in on him, and then they're going to set up some kind of match after that. But if he's not, then they're going to just do whatever they're going to do next after that because there's
Yeah,
not a story.
I don't. I on the Karrion Kross real fast. Like I believe they're building some momentum up to it. Yeah, he been having these things with different groups and different factions, but it ultimately wind up not going anywhere. He just wind up being backstage and haven't seen him. And then the whole AJ Styles one, and then he was on WrestleMania for a bit. It was like, oh AJ, listen to me and everything. Then had the viral moment on one of WWE's podcasts, and they still didn't do nothing with him. So he just been appearing on commercial breaks on Raw until the Sami Zayn thing happened, and I feel like him even that lost at Night of Champions, which was pretty cool because then you got SummerSlam coming up. I would rather Karrion Kross get his moment at SummerSlam than actually and in Saudi Arabia where Sami Zayn them his people's already, so you already knew WWE was going to go like that. So I feel like the momentum is moving with him, but it ain't obviously a fast paced momentum though. What's up, Warren? What's up? He said he building more momentum in this something like they are quietly saying that this gets him over. We'll see, man.
I mean, it's been a long time building momentum, man. I mean, like that's what happens when it's like you kind of start losing a little bit of faith because it's just like as sometimes you remember what CM Punk was saying in his interview when he was talking about, hey, you strike when the iron is hot. Like he was talking about Daniel Bryan, he was talking about him, and he's right. That's true, bro. It's like, and I'm not saying you just listen to what people say because but you should have some kind of fucking plan, bro. Like it just doesn't really seem like there's a lot of direction. It seems like shit is just kind of happening. And I'm not saying there's no story. I'm just saying a lot of shit is just happening. After the Rock interview, I have no faith in shit. When the Rock came on there and said, "Hey, I just did that because I did it,"
I just want to say
about that shit.
Yeah, I just
He
want to
said, "No,
say,
that's
man,
real."
they are moving. The WWE is doing it on their own little jump. It's basically like what I said, basically, to the NBA phrase, "Shut up and dribble, shut up and just watch wrestling." That's kind of like what Triple H said. Like, not
Yeah,
every turn point that the fans think they could take over the show and create it. Hell, a lot of us think we could probably do the shit better than what they
better
doing
than
right
them.
now.
I ain't gonna fucking
So,
lie. We
but
hey yo, on SCR Dre, Lay said this shit. We sat there and put Trick Williams, Slick Daddy Trick Williams. We fucking had this motherfucker pimped out with Lash
yeah.
Legend and G'd up and just like a character, like on some Godfather shit. And when I
Mm,
tell you, it started off as a joke, and then we closed that show out, literally all of us, talking about how he should drive down to the fucking thing in the Cadillac with the dice on the fucking mirror.
mm,
Unbelievable. Yo, we sold that shit. Can
yeah.
you just imagine Trick Williams with the hat, walking with the cane sideways to the ring, playing the
Yeah.
music
No,
with the
like
lights
I
on?
trust
Come
and
on,
believe it.
bro.
I can
Build some
I can
fucking
get
characters, yo.
no, I can get it. I look at it. Trust me. I know it though. I think WWE concerned with that is though that yeah, they still got kids watching. So you got this 10-year old dressed up like a pimp, and his
Can't
mama like, what in the world? Like, so I get it. Trust me. I look at it, man. I get it.
yo,
But
man.
it is, yeah, it's crazy though. It's crazy. All right, we gonna move this on, man. We've been on that for a bit. All right, Seth Rollins did get injured at Saturday night's main event. He was on a talk show. I can't remember what talk show it was though. I guess he was just hosting it that day. What's next? What do you feel like? What's next for Seth Rollins and his faction and group after he stated that he may be out for a period of time because of the knee injury? Seth Rollins went up for what, a moonsault. Actually, he did I think it was a senton first, which looked like he injured his knee there, but then when he did the springboard moonsault, he landed on the, I believe, right knee, and sort of that's what it looked like, blew it out a little bit. I thought it was just, a little simple, he just bullshit and he get up, and Seth Rollins take
He fucked that
advantage of
shit up.
it. But yeah, it looks like he, of course, is injured right now. On Monday Night Raw, Paul Heyman hinted that, he got up until June of next year to cash in Money in the Bank. So it doesn't seem like Seth Rollins is going to lose the Money in the Bank contract, or they're going to have him forfeited, or anything like that. How you feel about that? And plus, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, which I feel like they're now going to be focusing and tapping more into this Braun Breaker thing. Paul Heyman dubbed them as the next big thing, the future. He crushed everybody in the gauntlet besides when it came to CM Punk. Yeah, man. What's next for Seth Rollins' group after this?
Well, first of all, Seth Rollins' group is that's been
Because I know you're
I
not a big
mean,
fan of it, though.
I'm not, bro. And that's why I'm not trying to be a negative fucking Nancy on here right now, but I'm just calling it like it is, man. Be honest, like these motherfuckers don't even got a name. Like
Nah, they don't. I thought their
Mania,
name was
like
like the
come on.
Oracle or something, whatever.
Yeah,
At least that's Paul
I ain't got a
Heyman's name or
fucking
whatever.
name. But the thing I felt about this group is they built this whole fucking group just to push Braun Breaker. I've been saying that shit from the beginning. They built that whole group just to push Braun Breaker, which is absolutely ridiculous. Trying to rekindle kind of like the evolution to push fucking
Yes, that's
Batista,
exactly what I said.
and it really, to be honest with you, it didn't need it because they already started like forming cracks before Seth got injured. Because of course what they're gonna do is they're gonna let Braun Breaker do his thing. He already started grabbing the mic, like they didn't even waste time doing this shit. And honestly, they didn't do
But
a good enough job building.
yeah, but they played it off more so like it wasn't like oh well, like if you take the mic from him, they didn't play it. They didn't play it off as it was disrespect. More so that Braun Breaker had a lot on his mind than anything. And then Seth gave the mic to
I don't know,
everybody else.
Dre.
That's what it.
I don't know.
That's how it
They
came off
played
to
it like
me. You
look, they
know.
played it like remember. That's the move that Roman used to do because the whole Seth Rollins figure
Oh
right
yeah, yeah,
now
of course.
is he's trying to reenact what Roman Reigns represented it. Because
Mm,
Seth Rollins was the one who was firmly against the tribal chief. He was speaking bad. We need somebody to stop his tyranny and all this other shit. And then what did Seth do? He flipped and he became a person of importance. And what happened? They stopped
mm,
Roman and now he took over that role. So he basically just kind of had that hypocritical kind of situation going on.
mm.
So when Braun Breaker came and grabbed the mic, it was like, wait a minute. Like you saw Paul Heyman. Paul was like,
Yeah,
whoa,
yeah,
what are you
yeah,
doing? So it's
yeah.
like they're trying to introduce that idea already. These motherfuckers ain't even got a name for their group, and they already hitting, breaking
Mm,
them up and shit. So it's
yeah.
like I
I
just
took that.
really feel like I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I took that also too because Seth Rollins, he beat he took the wise man from Roman Reigns, and ever since then he just Seth been throwing shots, at Roman Reigns and everything like that. So yeah, when he did stick his hand out and for Paul Heyman to give him the microphone, of course that was a shot at him though. But I didn't take that more so like it didn't from what Seth Rollins how he reacted to it the entire night. It didn't come off like, oh yeah, you disrespecting me and or whatever like that though. But yeah, I dubbed it the new evolution. Seth Rollins obviously worked with Triple H and all this stuff like that. So I already knew this was going to be like a new evolution, like and Braun Breaker was going to be the guy they pushing. So I feel like they're
Yeah,
going to aim in on Braun Breaker after this though, and really try to send him through the roof with
yeah,
this push.
yeah. Roman came back, and it's just like
Mm,
just the icing on the cake, I guess. Which believe it or not, even me, I was like, I feel like I got nothing but negative shit to say. But Roman came back, and it was like, all right, motherfucker, you back again. Okay, like it's like how many times you gonna come back? We know you're back for SummerSlam. You know what I'm saying? It's like the formula when even though we've been watching it for a while, when you can do nothing but fill in the gaps of the formula, it just starts to get kind of tiring, bro. He comes back for a pay-per-view, he'll do whatever he's doing, and then after that, he's gonna fucking leave again. So it's still nothing that you can get invested in like that. Even with Seth Rollins kind of like, losing he didn't lose the Money in the Bank briefcase, but at the same time, it's like you don't have the ability to go ahead and entertain it. Like I'm no who's worried about a cash in if the fucking briefcase is just being held by Paul Heyman. So it's like you just kind of killed a lot of momentum in two different areas. Roman Reigns is not staying in WWE. He's gonna be he'll be on until
mm,
SummerSlam. That's fucking 2 weeks. They said that shit like he was
yeah,
gonna be on for a month. That's 2 weeks. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? So
yeah. The
it's not
whole
really it's not entertaining. The shit ain't
yeah.
entertaining, bro. I don't know. Like I said, bro, I'm not trying to come on your show. We ain't talked in a long time, and I got nothing but just. But it's just the fact is with WWE right now, what's entertaining? The women, and that's just certain shit. NXT is fucking is fire. That's dying down, but a lot of that is the women. And SmackDown's boring as fuck. Raw is
And I
boring.
want look.
What the fuck is
I would say NXT obviously is killing it. NXT always kill it, man. For me now with Raw, obviously I'm more interested in Braun Breaker than I am Seth Rollins. So I like Braun Breaker. Now Naomi on Raw, she the new women's champion.
I
This
like
whole little
Naomi? Yeah,
gimmick, get to the
I fuck
back
with
of the
Naomi.
back. That shit was
I
hilarious, man.
love it, yo. Her
Cracking them
character is
fuck up,
fire,
bruh.
bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so that
I
shit
love
right
Naomi.
there, like some new flavor type shit though. But I ain't gonna completely say everything. No, SmackDown, like I'm glad it's not 3 hours no more, cause that shit was long as
It was
fuck, and
long,
it
bro.
just like
5, 6, defeating
just
the what's it called? The same 6 fucking tag teams,
now,
running around in
now,
circles for the fucking
shit.
titles.
Look. I'm cool with watching that than watching the fucking New Day and the War Raiders go at it, and the only fucking two
Definitely
tag
that.
teams on Raw. So
Definitely
they
that.
got a tag team division on SmackDown. I watch that shit.
That
SmackDown
Judgment
be
Day, remember
man,
that?
yeah, shit. All
Oh,
right,
bro.
I,
Yo, speaking of that, I was just thinking when you were talking. Remember, yo, they brought back fucking Rusev. They brought back Aleister Black. They brought back a whole bunch of Carmelo Hayes. That motherfucker is in the dust. He might as well go back to NXT.
bruh,
But
they what motherfucking Trick Mello said. No, Trick said, I'm him. I said, well, damn, they must really
you
threw
heard
Mello in
that,
the
right?
trash. They threw him in the trash. Like he
Damn,
said, I'm him. Oh,
he in
okay.
AEW. We don't even know about it. You
Okay,
right. You
Trick
right.
ain't no more Trick after that, dog. He said,
But
I'm him.
what happened to the, one thing that you did like, sometimes you would form the tag teams
Mm-hmm.
out of singles competitors who just kind of linked up. That was something that it was overdone at points, but it also made a lot of motherfuckers right, just like Charlotte and Alexa right now. They're doing it more with the women than they doing with the men. But yo, I know this sounds fucking crazy, but just imagine a little tag team going with fucking Karrion Kross and Aleister Black. Just imagine some
Mm.
crazy shit. Like, just imagine them hitting the
That
title
fits.
run with the. I'm saying there's a lot of shit that they could be utilizing that they're just not. I don't know
You right?
why. I'm not in the back or whatever, but it's just like Rusev just came back, bro. Why the
I'm
fuck
not under.
he fought
I'm not.
Kazawa, and now there's nothing going on with the nigga? Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, Rusev should have been like dominant right now, and now he's supposed to have like another rematch. I mean, yeah, Banger, that's gonna be cool though, but he should be dominant. Alistair, the whole Alistair Black thing, I'm, I'm interested. Like, I give shit a chance. I see where it goes, and I'm cool with it. Alistair Black, he lost the what was it? R-Truth
Yeah,
and shit
R
like that. So I was
Truth,
like, cool. I'm cool with it. I'm cool that he lost the R-Truth and how
then
everything
beat up
going.
Damian Priest, and
Yeah,
okay.
so now it's
Damian
gonna
Priest,
turn in.
another one, ain't doing jack shit. Just walking around, getting involved in other people's fucking business. Like, he ain't got shit for them to do either.
Yeah, and then I feel like it's definitely gonna be like a story with Aleister Black and Damian Priest now, because Damian Priest ain't doing much and he haven't been doing much. So now with the Aleister Black, it give him something to do, and then with the R-Truth Jones, that whole situation was crazy but hey, it's a little bit something for everybody, man, and what's going on, though. That's what I would say. And speaking of, we were just talking about Trick Williams, who's doing this thing right now in NXT, which is killing it. They had a cool show, not probably at the talk of, the talk of the town, this past weekend at Great
Yeah,
American Bash, though.
it
But
was.
ever,
It wasn't all that. It wasn't great.
yeah,
It was
yeah, yeah,
okay. I
yeah.
watched it while I was watching.
Do you
All
did you
in took
watch?
over.
Yeah, it definitely did. It definitely did. Do you watch? Yeah, I'm not. Do you watch LFG? LFG?
I've been keeping up with it. I started watching the first season. I watched all the episodes of the first season, but I haven't been watching it since then. But I know the people who are in it, and I'm kind of following it more than I'm watching it. But it's pretty good. They're actually building more characters on there than they are on fucking the main roster and shit. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I mentioned that because Jasper Troy, he won
yeah.
the season one joint of it, and I was liking what he was doing and shit like that. But other than that, man, there wasn't really too much going on. But Trick Williams, I know he got a matchup this coming weekend with Mike Santana and Joe Hendry with TNA Slammerversay, and another matchup with the TNA Women's Championship. It's going to be winner take all with the TNA Knockouts Championship. So there's some cool matches, other than what's going on, obviously in WWE and AEW. I was tuned in to them last week, and the
Yeah.
whole everybody was comparing the ending to All In to WrestleMania 41, 40, 40, yeah, 40.
Yeah, with all
Uh,
everybody coming out, and it
yeah,
really
yeah,
was
yeah,
that Cody Rhodes story. It was the same shit, really, man.
yeah,
Daniel
yeah.
Bryanson, fucking Swerve Strickland, and it's like everybody coming out to help him take the belt off of Mox. Which, to be honest, did he really need it? Like, I don't. I mean, they had a fucking crazy blood curdling match with niggas getting stabbed with forks and shit, like the Abdullah the Butcher. But it's like, it's like it still was good. It still was good
Mm,
because you don't see that kind of stuff. So that's why AEW is entertaining. At least you don't see that
mm,
shit regularly. So that's some crazy ECW shit. And is
yeah,
it much? Yeah, it's definitely a little much. I
man,
couldn't
it's
watch
cheap.
it for a minute.
I couldn't. When he was stabbing him with the fork, bro, I'm like, dog,
I'm
like,
like,
go
get
ahead,
the fuck
man.
out of here.
Just
I'm good.
tell me a story over this fucking shit, man. Like,
Yeah.
nah. Tell me a girl story, bro. Sit there and with my popcorn and my beer or
Yeah,
whatever. Like, nah, I'm good. But I'm not gonna say he didn't need it. But the whole fucking shit with John Moxley was just so annoying to me. I'm like, if
yeah,
somebody please don't get the belt off him. You haven't seen the
yeah.
belt since October of last year. It was just, yeah, like it was crazy though. But yeah, seeing Bryan Danielson come out, Darby Allin, Will
At
Ospreay,
Darby
Swerve, and
Allin.
everybody. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I'm glad Mercedes Moné didn't win her 35th
Yeah, me
title.
too. And shout
Yeah.
out to fucking timeless Tony Storm, man. She is
Yes.
so good, yo.
Yes.
She
Yes.
is so. Speaking of character, and yo, shout out to Mercedes too, man. I give her a lot of shit because it looks goofy as hell. Her collecting belts, but yo, let's be real. She's entertaining. She's fucking beautiful, and yo, she doing her thing. She doing her
Mm,
thing, bro. She don't give a fuck what people say. She respects what she knows, what she wants, and she sounds goofy as hell sometimes, but she's happy. And shout out to her, yo. She doing her shit, bro.
yeah, she doing her thing,
They
man.
had a good match. They had a really good shit when Tony Storm fucking bit her shit, bro. Listen, I
Yeah.
was all right, man. I can watch this
Yeah.
by myself a little bit. Those motherfuckers-
Yo, yeah,
yeah, man.
it was cool, man. The vibe and everything, it felt big and all in. Just hopefully, they keep some momentum going forward, man. I was definitely with Heyman Adam Page definitely winning though. So the whole show was definitely great, man. There ain't too many bad things I can really say about it. But the only bad thing I would say that I guess that motherfucker pay per view was too damn long, bro.
Damn long.
Too
In New York,
goddamn
yeah,
long.
that's what everybody says.
Oh,
7 6 7 hours. I'm like,
bro.
God damn.
Oh shit. Nah, I'm good.
I was watching that. I watched NXT and then AEW had it on the tablet, and then I waited, and then I watched fucking Saturday Night Main Event, and AEW was still on. I'm like, damn,
Bruh.
been the
I
whole
watched it.
day.
I watched the All In. Then when All In, I believe went off right before or a little bit when Saturday night's main event, and then I watched NXT later on that night. So I'm just like,
Crazy.
bro, like good gracious, like yeah, I need to digest from all this wrestling, man. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's been a
cool,
lot.
whole lot of wrestling going on though. Yeah, before we wrap it up and head on out of here, man. Goldberg, we saw Goldberg retirement match, man, and kudos to Goldberg, man. I wouldn't say he was one of my favorite superstars. I watched WCW here and there, and yeah, man, everybody was next though. I did like the whole story with Goldberg and The Rock. I thought that was really funny, especially Hollywood Rock and Goldberg when
Yeah,
Goldberg first came into WWE though. But however, man, from that to Goldberg's last match, Goldberg's pissed off, man. Obviously, some people was like, man, what you gonna be pissed off for, man? You had your last match, you did it, that was it, it's over with. Just go ahead, man. But how you feel about it, man? Goldberg choked them out. They went to commercial break. I don't know if he was watching on NBC, but some of us from the Peacock side of it, I don't know if it was the same on NBC side. But Goldberg, when he won, they went to commercial break, came back, had everybody in the middle of the ring, his family, his son, all that. And Goldberg seemed like he only had like 60 seconds less than that to sort of give his speech or talk. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's his retirement match. People may, don't like Goldberg, but damn, do you think that was a little diabolical of WWE just to be like, you know what? Nah, I don't even think they put out a YouTube video. Well, they probably was also thinking like, well, it's going to be a lot of people recording this, so it's going to be out. And if you wanted to see it, just go on
they
YouTube.
also
So,
threw Cody Rhodes out there like he needed it, and I mean, let's be honest, and I've talked about this too, bro. Goldberg, people don't like him now. Let me tell you something, bro. Back in fucking 1997, 1998,
mm,
Goldberg was people can say whatever they were. He had 6 moves, and William Regal did this. Yeah, that's all true, but that doesn't fucking matter. When I tell you, we used to hear that fucking music and see Goldberg come out there and jackhammer the shit out of somebody. That shit, you couldn't wait for that shit, bro. And I'll be number one to be honest. And just like everybody else, you fucking signs in the thing, 47-3, 47-0, whatever. And yeah, Goldberg was the shit, bro. When Goldberg
mm,
fought NWO, when NWO was running shit, and then he finally started fighting the bigger guys and fought Hulk Hogan, beat him, become the champion. I remember all of that shit. And everybody was rocking with fucking Goldberg, whether he
yeah.
wrestled great or not. So let's not
Mm-hmm.
play like this nigga wasn't a big part of wrestling back in the day.
Mm.
Um, that being said, yeah, I mean, I definitely understand where he's coming from, but at the end of the day, it's kind of just like, go sit your ass down, bro. Like, yeah, Goldberg, you had the match. You were lucky enough to have the match with fucking Gunther right now. A retirement match is Gunther for the belt. That's stupid. Like, we already knew that you weren't gonna win if you're calling it a retirement match, motherfucker. What are you gonna do? Win with the title? Like, come on. But
Mm-hmm.
they did it. They gave it a shine. Was it a little stupid to have them like cut the shit off at the end? Was it intentional? I mean, I don't know. Like, maybe they
I
just
don't.
ran out of time.
Yeah,
Like,
of course. Yeah, yeah, they
but
definitely ran
put
out
your
of
ass
time.
down, Goldberg. Before I go get Bret Hart to Bret Hart, yo, I'm trying to get Bret Hart on the fucking STR, bro. I'm trying hard. Send these motherfuckers messages like crazy.
Mm. Hey,
But
that's hilarious. That's hilarious, though. Yeah. One thing I want to ask you, because I think I saw a video where you guys were doing the STR, and I saw a video as another video as well, and I was like, man, that makes sense. What if that's happening? And it made me nervous. I'm like, shit, that probably could be true. And you talked about it, uh and based off of, we were just talking about Goldberg retiring and stuff. John Cena obviously on his retirement tour. Do you think he's going to walk away with a title and WWE going to create a whole new title?
I think it's a good possibility. I think that the fact that we dedicated this entire year to John Cena, and that's really all they're focusing on, and even with that being said, it's not that entertaining. It's fucking sad. And it almost feels like it, because it seems like they're trying to kind of re-enter a different era in WWE. They're trying to make you kind of forget about the past
Mm-hmm.
and rehash a future. Now, would it be something that would be a big deal? It would, for people who have been watching this shit for a long time. And when
Mm-hmm.
I say a long time, motherfuckers who go back to the 90s watching this shit, motherfuckers go back to the 80s watching it, but we're getting faded out anyway. So
Yeah.
realistically, if they wanted to do it, they'd do it, and it would just pass by and people would still buy the merch, and people like me would just shut the fuck up and just eat it like everything else. Just
Yeah.
being honest. You know what I'm
It'll
saying?
be.
I know I'm
Would
a
you think?
smaller,
Would
whatever.
you? Would you think it probably would be TKO wrestling,
No, I think that
or they
if
would
it,
just keep the name WWE though?
yeah, I think it would be something along the lines like John Cena. It's just like John Cena is saying, like, they're trying to usher in a new, not regime, but they're trying to usher in a new era, man. They're trying to usher in like a new understanding. There's no more Vince McMahon. The product is very different than it
And they
ever
want to
has
get
been
far as
before.
away from Vince McMahon as
Yeah.
possible. You
Yeah, they
know.
want it to be something different because of the company that runs it now. It's not the same anymore. So even the lineage, I mean, I think Triple H would be stupid to allow the lineage and the prestige of the title to fucking just disappear. But they would take it, they'd put the belt in the fucking Hall of Fame thing or whatever, and then you'd see it. And then they move on to, hey, this is going to be the very first. There's a whole introduction process that, I mean, it could be entertaining, but it would, if you took a whole year just to fucking do that, it would make sense. It would
Mm,
make John Cena's the perfect person to do it. If you
yeah.
were going to do it, basically, if they were going to do it, this would be the only person and time that you could do it with. Put it that way. So, if it is even possible of happening, this is the perfect formula for it to happen. That's the biggest reason why I say, hey, it's very high. It's highly possible.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
nobody
Hey,
else that can do it besides maybe Randy Orton, but there's nobody else that can take
I
the
don't.
title and usher in a new era like John Cena leaving with the shit, like saying I was the best. At the
I,
end of the day,
so
also if you really want us to hate the motherfucker, but Cody's probably going to win it at SummerSlam.
yeah, but I mean, I think another way to probably usher, well, I don't kind of usher in another era by building up a new star and taking out the old, gunning around,
How
like
you gonna do that shit in fucking in 2 weeks? Like, you can't take a break. You can't. You have no time to build fucking story. And you're right, Dre. That's the thing that's crazy. And that's why, like, I just got built up right there because that's the reason why you can't have a fucking PLE every week because you have no time to let people get invested in a fucking character. We both just said it in this same show right now. We're watching the same fucking tag teams. We're watching Finn Balor do the same fucking shit. Jade Cargill. This girl can barely fucking wrestle. And the only reason we're even like kind of engaged with her is because they're making you by giving her the King of the Ring, giving her the spots for Naomi, giving her this. And it's like Naomi won a title and off of winning the Money in the Bank after changing her character. 3 things that is being done by nobody else, and you wonder why she has such a following behind her right now, because she's the only like reinvention project that is super successful, and she's fucking growing. Everybody else is the same shit. Rhea Ripley, the same shit. She got a couple more times where they flip her ass like Charlotte. I'm just saying, bro. We watch this shit every week. We watch nothing but this. We know something that we're talking about, at least a spectator's perspective. You can't tell us that we don't know because we don't get in the ring anymore. That doesn't work. There's too much of this shit that we're visually fucking consuming. So you have to understand, the logic is in the reality. This is storytelling environment, and you're not storytelling enough. Woo!
Okay.
What the shit? I'm Brian V, motherfucker, reporting live. Like, let's go, man.
It is what's up, man. I dig it, man. Yeah, man, they definitely got to build. That's me personally. I don't want Randy Orton to take it. Like I want, them to build someone up, and to be someone. So I always looked at more so as like Jericho. When Jericho beat Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock in the same night, and every week after that he was talking about, I beat The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin in the same night. You feel me? Like he did that for a long fucking time, So almost kind of like when Brock Lesnar beat The Undertaker for a while. That's all Paul Heyman says. Brock Lesnar is the one in 21 and 1. Who, like something to brag about. Like especially if you a heel. Everybody, nobody likes to see somebody brag, and then you bragging. Oh, you about to get your ass whipped too? Oh, okay. We tuning in and see you get your ass whipped. So
Cena's probably going to drop the title to somebody like you're saying right now. I guarantee you, Cena's probably going to drop the title to like Braun Breaker. If I had to guess, he's going to be the one that he's going to bow out gracefully. But the only thing that's going to suck about that is, remember, this is Cena's last year, so it's going to be done in December. Which, what the fuck is in December, bro? Like that's when everything starts dying down before it starts building up for Royal Rumble and everything. So it's like if we do see something, we have to see something right now.
I personally think for real, if you do it in December, I mean, sort of things kind of heat up though, in a way though. I want to say things start to die down in September-ish, because all right, we done with SummerSlam. Nobody really cares about Survivor Series all like that if they're gonna do the War Games, don't all like that. So I mean, like if you going into late December into the early year in January, which the Royal Rumble is right around the corner and the road to WrestleMania. So like that is a perfect time, and normally by December most of the card for WrestleMania is already filled out. So, a lot of anticipation is definitely around that time. So, but hey, we'll see definitely what happens, man. It's been a wild week of wrestling. I know, like I mentioned, this coming Saturday, they got Sunday, actually, TNA Slammerversay. Real fast, though, Tessa taking on Indy Hartwell, which should be dope, man. I think I'm going to go with Tessa. Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali. Cedric Alexander, I'm gonna go with him. Fatal 4-way ladder match. My guys, what was it? Top Dollar. What's the group name? First class. Yeah, I like what they be doing though. They real cool. Of course, the Hardys, the Nick Minoff, and the Rascals. Man,
this gonna be a show stealer right here. I'm telling y'all right now. Like this fucking match is gonna be incredible.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with First Class on that one. I think they're gonna win. I couldn't believe this when I heard this. So Monster Slamovich, JC Jane, winner takes all for the TNA and NXT women's title. Ash by Elegance taking on the Inspiration. I'm gonna go with Ash by Elegance. And obviously the world title, I think I'm gonna go with Mike Santana. I don't know about Joe Hendry just yet, man. I think he get a little stale for me. Trick Willie, I like heel Trick Willie, but Mike Santana, man, I think he might take it. Oh, and that was my prediction. Well, also Moose and my guy. I'm gonna go with Moose.
Moose ain't never
But
losing that fucking title. Let me tell you that right now. Moose gonna be the champion, just like Athena in Ring of Honor. They're gonna be a fucking
yeah,
champion for years,
and shout
quietly
out,
and shit.
shout out to Athena though. She won the Gauntlet match, so she gonna have a shot at the AEW Women's Championship. Hopefully, she win it though. But if Master Slamovich, winner takes all, then I feel like Trick Williams will retain. But if Trick Williams lose it, I feel like JC Jane. I don't think they're gonna have two WWE superstars having both of them in TNA titles. So one way or the other, it'll work out. So, yo,
Yeah, man.
this is dope as always. My guy chatting with you, man. I was like, yo, my guy be going off in these videos, like, fuck this. Hey, yo, what the
Yo,
fuck are we doing?
TikTok, yeah, TikTok is our new place right there. I be talking some shit, yo.
Yeah,
I gotta
man.
start making some more. I'm about to ramp that shit up. I gotta start making some more.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. I know you got your entertainment show tonight.
Yeah.
Man, tell everybody about it. What they got coming up, man, and where we gonna catch you at, man, before we roll.
Man, check it out, bro. I'm about to jump right on over. We're gonna do the Beeline Entertainment tonight. We talking superhero movies, man. We're gonna be talking about some of our favorites. We're gonna see how many they've had. Believe it or not, we have like a record of how many they've had, and the transition, the good ones, the bad ones, the ones that deserve a little bit more credit, and then of course our top 5 favorite superhero movies of all time. That's gonna be me and my boy Kyle E over there, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So just come join us.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. Hey,
Sir.
that's it for this episode of Talk Pro Wrestling. Appreciate you guys tapping in to the show, man. If you haven't done so, definitely make sure you go subscribe to the Beeline Entertainment LLC and make sure you go follow them on all social media platforms. And if you haven't done so, this entire episode, I don't know what you're waiting for, man. Definitely hit the like button down below, follow, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you definitely will be notified when we got a live episode out, man. Speaking of live, we're gonna be back at it tomorrow night watching SmackDown, doing the live watch along on Sunday for Slammerversay and a bunch of stuff, man. So it's definitely going to be great. Prime B, man, once again, man, as always, nice chatting with you, man. Until next
Sir.
time, man. Yo, we gonna see you guys next time. It's your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels. Stay safe, stay blessed, give all the glory to God, man. Won't he do it? Yo, we out, man. Peace, peace, peace.